Alright guys, welcome back to another video. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're gonna try a vlog. Now don't expect me to do many of these things. My life is not that exciting. I'm not gonna pretend that it is or force it to be for content or likes. But today I wanted to try something different because my wife and I did something. You know, this is a really big moment for us, and I, kind of wanted to share it with you guys, but more so document this, have something to look back at in 5+ years. And I don't know, I thought it'd be pretty cool to make a video out of this. But first, we're gonna go grab lunch with my wife.
Are you vlogging?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Say hi to YouTube. What do you think? Pretty cool? Shit.
That's okay.
But we did something pretty big, and it's something that, most people can experience only once in their lifetime. Something that, we worked so hard for, that I picked up all the extra shifts at overtime, losing my sanity, missing out in life, all for this one thing here.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, me and my wife are gonna grab some lunch real quick.
Oh God.
It's awkward.
No clue.
You wanna see the wood?
Yeah.
Very good, huh?
Yeah, this is.
It's perfect. I like it. Alright, POV camera. But now that we got all that rambling out the way, here's the main event. Something that I wanted to share with you guys. Here it is. My wife and I, we bought a house. So here it is. My wife and I did this sometime in June, whenever Father's Day was. And I've been meaning to, make this video, more so to, one, share with you guys, but just to look back on and see what this place becomes overall. And I don't know, I'm just pretty stoked, pretty excited that, I can finally say, we bought our first house. So enough of the rant, here we go. Harry Potter closet here. At first I was thinking how cool would it be if I turned this into like a little sim rig area, my own little sanctuary, but the more I thought about it, there's probably no ventilation in here. It would get really hot in the summer, it'd probably smell really bad, and I don't even know where I would fit all the, the wiring, where the TV would go. So that idea went out the door pretty fast, but I don't know, I thought it'd be so cool just to have this room as like a dedicated, little racing room. But gotta be an adult, we're gonna have stuff that we have to put in here. So and here is the bulk of it. So this is a dining area right over here. Pretty strange when I first looked at this model, these little poles right here. I can only imagine one day, you know, me or my kids are probably gonna run into it. And what do we have here? Got a laundry room right over here. And this is actually the first time that I'm seeing the lights on. You know, I come here at least like every other week just to kind of check in, see the progress, and this is pretty cool. Shower's not there yet. No medicine cabinet. Good. There's a guest room right over here. The reason why I opted for no medicine cabinet is I don't want to make the guests too comfortable, otherwise they're going to stay here too long. And that's why I only gave them 2 lights. I still want to make it semi-comfortable because whoever decides to babysit our newborn, you know, I want them to stay in a nice place. And, you know, if we did go on trips, they could probably stay here for a few days. But again, don't want to make it too comfortable, otherwise they're going to end up moving in. We don't want that. Garage is behind that door. We'll go there later. That's probably the best part. Here we have the kitchen. I went pretty crazy with the lights, but lights are something you can't really do after your house is built. And if you wanted to install more, just imagine how much more expensive it's going to cost. So I went more crazy with the, you know, electricity stuff, upgrades and options versus, you know, tiles, cabinets, things like that, because that would be easy to replace like, you know, 5 years later if I wanted to. Pantry here for me and my wife, even though we don't cook. So probably gonna fill it with a lot of corned beef and Spam. Sink will go right over here. Stove and oven in this area. Little countertop island right over here. And then here is the main living space. TV is gonna go up in that wall. Have a nice standard window for all this natural lighting. This house is, what is it, east facing. So during the summer, the sun is gonna be pointing out in that direction. So we'll actually be able to get all of that, you know, natural lighting into the house, into the main living space. It won't feel like you're, you know, in a giant dungeon. It took me a while, east facing versus west facing. If we were west facing, you know, during the summer, all of the backyard would be shaded because the sun would be pointing the other direction. But then, you know, I figured my wife and I, we don't really spend too much time in the backyard, and I would rather have driveway shaded so that way I can wash my car at any time of the day. Here's the backyard here. Pretty cool. Little elevation right there, tall wall makes it feel like a bigger backyard than it actually is, but you know, for me, it will not bankrupt me to landscape just because, you know, there's not too much space to work with. And, you know, fortunately, my wife and I, we don't want to pull, so that already saves us at least like what, 40 grand without the landscape. Anyways, there's the backyard. Again, garage is behind that door. We're gonna save that for later. Coat closet. And all right, stairs right over here. Here we have the second floor, landing space. So this area right here, wanted to make it like a little open area, like an open workspace for me and my kids. Because we actually do have like a dedicated workspace, but there's no windows in that room. So again, that one will feel like a dungeon. So I figured having another option, another place to, you know, comfortably work, so that way we can actually get some, you know, natural lighting in here. But yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Make this like a little cafe area almost. Back in undergrad, I would always do my studying in coffee shops. So it'd be pretty cool if I'm able to, you know, recreate this space. Loft right here. Could have been an extra bedroom, but we don't need that type of space because we are done having kids, hopefully. Yeah, loft up here, I always thought it's pretty cool to have a little bit more like intimate family time. I guess this is where I should, you know, put my sim rig setup. We'll find out. I do want it downstairs too because we did upgrade for the surround sound on the ceilings. So it'd be pretty cool to have that set up downstairs with the whole surround sound setup. But at the same time, I don't know. Looks a little bit weird, especially if you have people coming over often. So they're not into those things, but whatever. That's their loss. All right, coming in here, we have kids' bathroom without light. Kids' room. I guess I'll let the older one decide which room he wants. Because that room has better lighting. This one has better layout, in my opinion. Like, you know, you can put a bed right over here and couch TV right over here. That's the thing with Vegas houses. The bedrooms are kind of bare minimum, but it's cool. You know, you get a walk-in closet for that one. Also, in this one. Yeah. So this light doesn't work. This was actually supposed to be an optional bathroom, but what we ended up doing, you know, other than saving us like $11,000, $15,000, we just left it as a storage. But even more, I had all these outlets right over here and these 2 extra lights because my wife and I were actually going to turn this into like a dedicated workstation. I'm thinking like having a desk right over here, computer monitors, do like a little cool like industrial theme office background, and you know, maybe, you know, not only do my work notes but also, you know, film some videos in here. Just an idea. Thought it'd be pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it's not too cramped. Looking at it right now, I feel like it should be fine. My wife and I were pretty skinny people. I think we'll make it work. And lastly, primary room. Pretty standard. But I'm just really happy. You know, again, this is my first house. I've never actually had, you know, a master bedroom before. It'd be my first time ever having like a primary room after what, 31 years. So I'm pretty happy for that. You know, for the most part it is pretty standard, but again, it's just crazy to have all this extra space. You should see how my room looks right now. With 2 cribs in there, me and my wife sharing it. Kind of cramped. Got my walk-in closet right over here. And cool thing about this place, my wife has her own walk-in closet. I figured this is the bigger one, so she's probably been taking this, which is fine. All I wear is work uniforms and the same clothes. All right. Bathroom. Cool little walk-in shower right over here. Got the rainfall, a shower head, and then a handheld. So 3 outlets for the water to be coming out. There was another option for like a giant bathtub in the corner, but you know, my wife and I, we don't really take baths, so didn't really find any use for it. And toilet room. I always like a toilet room with a giant window so you can get all that natural lighting. Unfortunately, you can't have it with this one. For the meantime, I'm just gonna have to deal with the dungeon bathroom. And I don't want to make it sound like that I'm being ungrateful for all these little nuances. Like I said, to me, I'm just so freaking stoked. This is, you know, gonna be our first house. Something that my wife and I worked so hard towards, and especially within the last few months, just, you know, coming up with this down payment and then, you know, having to save up for, you know, washer, dryer, refrigerator, a bunch of couches, more TVs, flooring, and like I promised you guys, main event. 3-car garage. There we go. Yeah, here it is. This, to me, was probably like the biggest selling point. At the rate that the Vegas housing market is going, I just, you know, couldn't really see myself being able to afford a house like this in like 4 to 5 years, like a new build with a 3-car garage. This is something that I, you know, really needed in, you know, our first house, to have all this extra space. And look how tall these ceilings are. Again, went crazy with the electricity options. Look at that. How cool is that? I have lots of plans for this garage. Lots of plans that I hopefully can follow through with and, hopefully share with you guys. I want to put a lift right over here. Have this concrete kind of like polished, epoxied. And then these walls, some type of black or brown wooden accent. Something that kind of gives it more like a Japanese, industrial type vibe. I don't want to make it, or the garage, just looks like a giant storage of things that you never really use. I want to, have it nice and tidy, clean, and just more so like just a little showroom for these, the small car collection that I have. Thought it'd be pretty cool. Something that I've always dreamed of, and we've gotten this far and can actually make it possible. But anyways, that's it for the house tour here. I'm gonna just grab some B-roll and then we're out. So there you have it, our first house. Pretty stoked, pretty nervous. This is gonna be a huge, huge change for the both of us. And like I said, I'm just already thinking about the backyard that we're gonna have to get, all the couches, the TVs, just a lot of extra stuff with, owning a house and, maintaining it. This is like next level for me. I've never, been in this spot before. And it's scary, but I'm sure we'll manage. I just want to say this channel, we hit 1,000 subscribers. To me, it's just so cool to, reach that achievement. Yeah, I know 1,000 doesn't seem like much nowadays. Paid me like, what, $30 so far. But for me, my own personal goal, like the fact that I didn't know how to shoot, didn't know how to edit, didn't even have a camera, and that I was terrified of ever speaking or being in front of a camera. But then, I took myself serious. I took this whole thing a little bit more serious within the past year. And it's crazy that I was able to, break that number. It's cool just imagining, that many people showing up, watching your work, actually, supporting it and, liking what you put out. To me, that's just really cool. And again, something for me to, one day look back on and see its growth. For me, what's always worked is just, keeping your head down, consistency, lots of patience, and just keep improving, keep working towards it. And, that's what I want to do with this channel. Like, I want to keep improving it. I want to keep bringing fresh ideas, fresh content, finding ways to make it more aesthetically pleasing, more interesting. And then just overall, like I said, just document this whole journey of what it's like living with these cars. A lot of YouTubers out there, they have really cool cars, $200,000, $300,000 cars that I can never imagine that I afford. But even then, like when they buy, normal cars like what we have, they're chopping up into pieces, turning into like 800 horsepower. You can only imagine that costs like another, what, $60,000? I don't have that. We don't have sponsorships. We can't just, tear our car, our daily drivers into pieces. And from what I see, they end up building this race monster, drive it for like 2 episodes, and then right away they get bored of it. To me, I just didn't really see any point in that. So that's why, like, I'm happy to have this channel and share with you guys, and know that people out there actually appreciate it. Have someone relate to your situation, and agree with your perspectives. And again, I'm only at 1,000 subscribers. I'm only like 1.5 years into my dream career, and I know there's teenage TikTokers, entrepreneurs, influencers making way more money than I'll ever make in like 5 years. But like I said, that's their life, this is mine. I'm just genuinely happy with what I have. I'm grateful for, how far we came. I just don't want to keep chasing. But I just want to keep improving, and then overall just be, continue to be happy with what I have. It's a nice feeling to not want something after you spent so hard, so much time chasing for that one thing, and when you finally get it, you get bored of it after a few months. It's, to me, that's like a terrible feeling. I'm just glad I'm not there. But anyways, enough of that sap. Like I said, these vlogs, probably just a rare occasion if I feel like I'm doing something interesting enough to share with you guys. Other than that, back to normal schedule. Actually, in the next video, I'll be talking about 5 things that I actually hate about my Super STI. So make sure you stick around for that one. But anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for sticking around, for sharing my excitement. I'm just so stoked to, be looking forward to this. Like I said, once in a lifetime experience, buying your first house. In today's economy, it's, it's hard to achieve that. you know, I don't want to take that for granted. Like I said, I'm very grateful with all the luck and all the opportunities that I've had in life. And again, thank you so much, you know, for 1,000 subs, for tuning in, sticking around, leaving a comment, dropping a like. You know, keep at this, keep making cool videos, learning how to improve and bringing in fresh ideas. And I'm excited to document this whole journey. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you on the next one. You guys take care. Bye now.